I'm Marcus LUTTRELL with Operation Career. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting our veterans. In the military, we live with a sense of purpose, a desire to contribute to our people's greater good, defending their values, their freedoms. Along the way in doing that, we develop leadership skills, teamwork, the ability to solve problems quickly and efficiently, skills and experience that companies truly look for in someone they're wanting to hire. Americans have always had a great sense of adventure, and one of the ways we found that adventure is running the rails. And yes, I'm talking about trains.
We're here in Chicago, Illinois, rolling down the tracks of the Canadian Pacific Railway.
Canadian Pacific is one of North America's major freight railways. We move the nation's commerce, connecting Canada to the U.S., U.S. to Canada, and North America to the world.
Serving 26 years in the rail industry, it's no wonder why Keith Creel's devotion and leadership is so strong. He was built and shaped in the military, something he holds true to himself and his company.
Over 10% of our workforce in the U.S. have previous military experience. At CP, we love working with veterans because we believe firmly, and we know to be true, that veterans are great leaders.
In 2018, CP has already hired over 100 military veterans.
Canadian Pacific is a great company to work for. It has many of the values and standards that the military has. Some people have been in the military for 30 years and never had to have an interview in their lives.
As manager of veteran relations, Rory's job is to extend a helping hand, actively recruiting exiting military and military veterans to CP.
A yard is no different to being in operations. It's an operating type environment, very stressful, high tempo. These guys have proven that they can lead and operate in that environment. I know, being a veteran, the challenges and the sacrifices that these individuals have made.
The trains will always arrive at your station. The question is, which one to take? A challenge that conductor Antonio Esposito has faced one too many times in his life.
Where do I begin? I've been struggling my whole life. I was adopted at 5 months old out of Bronx, New York. At the age of 3, I was diagnosed with leukemia.
After beating cancer, Antonio joined the United States Air Force at the age of 18.
After my 4 years, my transition out of the military was rough also. Nobody expects to be homeless. That's not something that you plan for. That's not something that you expect. I was homeless for about 6 months. You know, you get the structure of the Air Force and everything like that. No one tells you how hard it is going to be on the outside. You think that automatically, because you're a veteran, that's easy to find jobs out here.
A similar transition for assistant trainmaster James Laney after his time served in Iraq.
I just remember trying to talk to friends and nobody understood. Nobody could relate. Then all of a sudden you just feel like you're trapped in a wall of nobody understands me. And so I went to a deep depression. I went to my grandma's house and I never left. Literally never walked outside, never did anything, just locked myself in a room. And she would feed me and I would just sit there in total darkness for day in, day out, trying to deal with my demons, as I put it. It was very, very real and very, very tough. July 6, 2010, I came outside for the first time after being locked in a house for 2 years.
Like trains, veterans are built to take on any obstacle, to push through the storm, and ride out the darkness to find the light at the end of the tunnel.
I don't accept failure. You know, it's either you learn or you succeed. There is no losing.
You know, I knew I couldn't quit. You know, I started networking and I talked to a fellow veteran.
There is a network out there of soldiers that if you're going through it, you can call another fellow soldier. Talk to them.
What you need to do is just stay focused. Know that there are opportunities out here for veterans. There are networks. You know, you got to be willing to push through the struggle. It's not always going to be the same. You're not always going to be in that predicament. All you got to do is keep trying, and keep pushing through, and you'll eventually make it out.
My mentality is the same on the railroad. We either gonna figure it out and succeed, or we're gonna keep trying until we do.
As a former veteran, I want to thank you for your commitment, for your sacrifice, and for your service to your country. As you make a transition to the civilian world, consider CP as your employer of choice.
CP and the military, soldiers and rail, they go hand in hand. The one thing I didn't know is that I'll be embraced by a bunch of other soldiers that had all gone through the same thing. They're now working at CP.
If you or someone you know is a veteran and would like to get on the right track, visit CP's website at cpr.ca/veterans or our website at militarymakeover.tv.
How many people can say they work for trains every day and do the things that we do out here? All my life it's been a struggle, you know, and this is just a dream come true for me.
Time in the military, it's like time on the road. Long distances, away from your family, away from your home, but it's a new adventure every day. And the one thing about it is you always knew that somebody had your back. And for a veteran, there's still great adventures out there.
There's nothing more important than family. And for veterans like Mark DeLima Sr., leaving your family behind to fight for your country can be a challenging time.
Looking at my family, my wife and 3 children on the pier, knowing that I wouldn't see them for 6 months. That is absolutely the worst. You know, when I left, my daughter was 1 when I went on deployment, so that was pretty tough. The worst feeling to wave goodbye.
It's cold outside and you
Having somewhere to go is home. Having someone to love is family. Having both is a blessing.
In those days, there was no email, there was no cell phones. Darlene wrote to me every day.
I did.
Every day.
Every day.
Every once in a while I come down here and look at this and remember it was such a great decision I made, although very young. It's not just my career. I always like to look at it as our career. My wife had to sacrifice quite a bit, especially during the 3 deployments when I wasn't home. She was mom, she was dad, you know, for 6 months. My children gave up a lot too, because without her support, there is no way I would have been able to hang on and do the full 20, so.
Starting fresh from a 21-year career takes courage and a little family support. Where to go from there can lead to an uncertain next step.
Travel Centers is best known for providing full-service travel centers along the nation's highway.
Actively located in 43 states with over 24,000 employees, TA delivers opportunities to veterans across the heartland of America.
The reason we look for military veterans to come join our team, they have given so much to the country, and it is one way that we can give back to them. Additionally, they come to us with skills that we can never train in a classroom. So skills such as teamwork and leadership and honesty and integrity, that is something that we get from day one.
So I retired in 1994. The transition was a little difficult in the beginning. So I was talking to my brother-in-law, Darlene's brother, and he says, hey, I know a guy that owns a truck stop. And being from Hawaii, I have no idea what a truck stop is. And so I said, well, you know, I'm looking for a second career. Maybe I'll end up liking it. You know, joining TA, it was the best decision I ever made as far as my second career.
Mark has now been with Travel Centers for 25 years and is responsible for training new employees and veterans, like veterans Chad Estel and Jerry Pickerel.
TA is a family to me. I mean, again, they've always treated me very well. You know, it's a very casual environment, but you know, it's also serious and gets the job done.
TA has been a home to me. I would definitely look at the Travel Centers family as a way to go in your transition.
So we encourage our military veterans to stop in at their local Travel Centers of America. What they find is a family environment that welcomes them with open arms. I think it's the best way that we can say thank you for the service that you've provided to our country.
Travel Centers of America's Helping Hand does not just roll up to any ordinary rest stop after hiring veterans. For more information about TA's veterans programs, like their Veterans Eat Free meal plans and Folds of Honor, go online at TA-Petro or our website at militarymakeover.tv.
TA has integrity. We have the code of business conduct and ethics. I would say for any veteran, if you're looking for structure, if you're looking for a strong organization that, you know, has almost everything the military does, it's TA's your answer.
Duke Energy has opened its doors and extended a helping hand. They want more veterans on the line. Who can argue with that?
Every day, our servicewomen and our military take giant leaps forward that pave the path for our next generation of heroes. Women have a larger presence in our military today than ever before.
I was in 6th grade when I declared to my parents that I was going to go to not only the military, but I was going to go to one of the military academies. I was accepted to West Point, and the ratio was 10-to-1 at the military academy as far as men to women.
After graduating from West Point Military Academy, Colonel Christina Moore worked her way up to become commander of the 130th Brigade.
I've got a military police battalion. I've got a 690th, which is a BSB, a support battalion. And I've got 2 engineer battalions, which both have combat and construction forces. I'm the first female to be the commander of that unit, so it's pretty exciting.
With 4 battalions comprised of 3,000 soldiers, one would think it would end there.
That's what I call my part-time job. My day job is working at Duke.
As one of the largest electric power holding companies in the United States, Duke Energy provides electricity to over 7 million customers in 6 states.
Duke is very purpose-driven, and so we power the lives of our communities, and so a lot of military individuals, whether transitioning or active reservists, have that same mission, and so it fits very nicely into our culture at Duke.
Duke Energy has the annual goal of hiring at least 14% of all new employees who have served in the military.
Together We Stand is an employee resource group where you get to meet individuals and spend time with them and get to know people within the company that also have military background. Our work with reservists and guardsmen is a huge reason why we're winning the Freedom Award from the Department of Defense.
Yes, the Freedom Award is offered once a year through a program or organization called ESGR, and it recognizes small, medium, and large businesses that go out of their way to support our military. But working at Duke Energy is really not that much different than working on the military side. I'm an engineer branch officer, which is predominantly male. The distinction that I'm a female is no different than the distinction that somebody happens to be from Tennessee or from different backgrounds.
The women at Duke Energy work in a variety of places. They can do jobs from line work all the way to engineering.
With more than 200,000 women serving in the active duty military, women are challenging traditional gender stereotypes in the workplace.
Females may not consider utility right out the gates, but it is something where we have a female CEO and her vision drives innovation.
I don't feel that I'm looked at as a female in a utility. I'm looked at as an employee that does a great job in a utility, just like I'm a soldier, in the Army.
I would want a veteran to know that Duke Energy cares. We appreciate your time spent in the military, and we want to use the learnings from your past to help drive Duke Energy forward.
In the military, we exist with a sense of purpose, a desire to contribute to the greater good, defending Americans, their freedoms and values. Along the way, our service members develop leadership, teamwork, and the ability to solve problems quickly and efficiently. Skills and experiences that companies really value.
Herc Rentals, one of the largest equipment rental firms in the country, they've realized they can take the great traits and experience that veterans bring to build a remarkable business foundation.
I was in the United States Marine Corps, 2005 to 2011. After 9/11 and certain things going on in the world, I just wanted to contribute and kind of really go overseas, not just join, but be in the mix and in the action, do something meaningful, I guess you can say. Went to Iraq twice, deployed in 05, 06, and 07 and 08. First one was to Fallujah, and the second one was to Khartoum. Forward operating bases, stuff like that. You know, it was definitely memorable, life-changing, and made some long-lasting impressions and friends. Got to travel and see the world. Made me who I am today, so definitely thankful for it.
Through training and development, Herc will provide veterans terrific opportunities for the next step in their careers.
We have a lot of veterans currently on our Team Herc right now. We have a very diverse group of people. We really strive to embody the values that our company sets forth, and that includes doing what's right, making sure we're showing up to work and doing our best each and every day, and really being a part of the team. We can train you on the equipment and train you on how to operate things or to sell to the customers, but we can't train you on some of those values and things you would already possess or have learned from the military. A lot of veterans come into Herc Rentals with a great work ethic. They're very disciplined and committed to being a part of this team, and really with the end goal of making sure the entire company is successful.
Military experience with specialized equipment and complex systems is a huge plus.
We have an initiative to hire, as many veterans as possible because the military experience and experiences are pretty synonymous with, who we are at our core. We know that we are going to get somebody who operates with integrity and does what's right at all times, somebody who pays attention to detail, familiar with being a part of a team. It's more of a culture fit, and they're ingrained with what we already do today.
Herc Rentals is the third largest equipment rental firm within the industry. We really do consider ourselves a pioneer. We use the phrase all the gear you need a lot around here, and what that means is we have a wide range of products. So we have equipment for the professional contractor, facility managers, industrial operations, remediation and recovery.
I've seen a ton of veterans grow and succeed within our organization. We have sales and operations opportunities, there's field operatives, transportation professionals, and service and maintenance positions all within a branch setting.
Really, with any company, it's a team, it's a formatted environment. It's the same as the military. You grow and you mold people into leaders, so I think that's what we try to do at Herc Rentals. It's foundation built on leadership, just like it is in the military.
It's a great opportunity for your career. They definitely promote within. You get really involved in a lot of the different tasks and projects that go on internally, which makes you really feel like you're making a difference within the company.
Herc Rentals has over 4,500 employees, over 270 locations in North America. The goal this year is to hire 150 veterans after last year being around 130. Definitely looking at topping that number.
People kind of look at construction sites and they don't necessarily see the opportunity for technical scopes of work. It ties hand in hand to the military. You have all the latest and greatest, as is Herc Rentals. It's 2018, everything's evolving in the military and the equipment industries. The future's definitely exciting for anybody looking to join the industry and Herc Rentals, and sky's the limit.
One of the ways you can look to repay veterans for their service and sacrifice to this country is with a job. It's an opportunity to show how thankful you really are. And it's a smart way to add real talent to your business. Again, thanks for watching Operation Career. I'm Marcus LUTTRELL. Hey, and take a chance on veterans, because I promise you, when you bring them in, you're giving them a life that will mean so much to them, and in return, they'll give their life to you. If one of those companies ever got a hold of a platoon of guys that actually work together in combat, stop the press right there. Just tell them what you need done, man. They'll get it done. It's that easy.